ProgressionMusic.
I was raised under a curtain of charades, how everything would be okay, so long as I was safe. And if I read my word and pray, when the devil came my way, there were scriptures I could say to convince him not to stay. And every battle that I faced was all part of a plan. If remained saying grace, then I could see the builder's hand. I understand the stark difference between the right and wrong, and I know what is to come when I choose the latter one. But now why can't I shake the feeling of invulnerability? Lose our self-control just to blame it on fragility. Wolves in sheep's decor only noticed every gift that was presented at the door on a path that was well lit. It took time to all develop. The seed was planted carefully between the legs of Eve that never really cared. So I really wasn't Adam, just a plagiarized memory of things I could recall between the halls of my registry. I look for shattered pieces of this glass in front of me, looking for the image that reminds me of a younger me, tame and unashamed to tell the world that I have claimed to live the straight and narrow lane and turn not for shorter gains. Leave with what you came, and when the seasons come and change, make sure you hold the flame and repeat the holy name. Like the fire for the lantern that cannot be consumed. Expose the liars and the patterns that could keep you from the moon. Keep your eyes on higher ground where I find all my relief. Ignore every bit of knowledge that torment the calming seas. It's all inside your head, you can fight this from your bedroom. But why is it instead that the place I often commune to void my eyes of tears and shout when no one's here, screaming all my fears to the wall that never hears. Friends that go away throughout all these tortured years, and these so-called fucking leaders said it'd be okay, but none of you would stay. You tell me just to pray, and I said I was alone, but you couldn't place a call. You knew I wasn't home, you figured better just to stall, to wait for my return to the stages for the call. But 7 days a week, I was draining alcohol. It's all trial and error, you've been through this before. Tell me 700 times how in your youth you were the same, and it all began to change when you call out on his name. The church begins to shout, youth begins to dance, but you're the same motherfucker that put the rum inside my hands and told me to go get lost in the essence of the spirit. Was it spiritual or fleshly? Was I mistaken in my hearing? You try your best to take advantage, and I'm far from keeping balance. I push your hands away while losing all conscious movements. You act like it's okay that a minister could do this, so I muster up the courage to confront you in the temple. You chuckle in amusement as if you never meant to, and tell me I was blinded and probably mistaken, that none of that occurred and it was obviously Satan. I begin to see the stages that all of you portrayed. If my tithes are fully paid, there's no way I can't be saved. No matter what I did today or throughout the entire week, I could go to church and pray for the worldly and the meek, but I can't do it myself. Which one will pray for me if I know all of your sins way before you speak? I can't do it myself. Which one will pray for me if I know all of your sins way before you speak? I know all of your sins way before you speak.
Initially, when I made the education of Michael Penn, it had to do with, like I said, I was venting a lot on it, and I was just kind of trying to say my piece, get shit out that I never had, the opportunity to do so. But I didn't really give a fuck who was listening, to be honest, or who really, was ever gonna hear it. None of that shit. But I figured, fuck it, let me throw it out there, see if it gets any love or at least respect for, the wordplay or at least the passion or some shit, you know what I mean? But the second one, it's not like my whole story is told, but at the same time, I'm being more conscious of the person listening. Because at the end of the day, what's an artist? The artist, even if we go back to even if we go way back to just like artists like Renaissance and all that shit, as much as people try to always say oh, this guy's doing it for the money, or the new generation is always somehow shitting on the old generation, they don't know what it is, they don't know what the rules are. At the end of the day, an artist makes his art to eat. He has his own ideas, he has his own work, but before you worked on commissions, but he still has to make it for for the consumer.
Yeah.
You know, so in this case, I got the same concept. You know, I'm still gonna tell my piece. I still got my own, you know, personal trials and all that shit that needs to be told that I feel that I want to say.
Yeah.
But you know, what's the point of saying if you ain't got an audience to hear it? You feel me?